do 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 do. Ba ba da ba. It's Monday night. It's Monday night. I gotta check and see if my Monday night is going live. It looks like it is. Do 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 do. All right, cool. Well, it looks like, oh, yep, it went and gave me the notification that we are live on that. Let me check that we are live on YouTube. If anybody out there can tell me that I am coming through live to all of you guys. Oh, it looks like we are on YouTube. Sweet. And my video is not the best. I can tell, I can see, but hey, all right. Live stream now with chat. Okay, figuring this all out. All right. Boom. Cool. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's doing great. I am just figuring out how to do this live chat on here. Ooh, and that's not how you do it. There we go. Live chat. Don't know if that's an option. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. Good. Thank you, TK. Good on YouTube. That's what I was trying to figure out. And so then now I'm going to turn that off. And we're here. Cool. Hopefully we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you are on Facebook and you wanted to throw a comment on there with a thumbs up saying you can hear us and hear me. And if you are on Instagram, I am watching you. I'm watching you. Well, that was creepy. I'm watching you over here to answer comments. Looks like. Oh, turn that off. Man, I'm a mess. I've got a new location. That's why. Sorry. New location. This is my new place. I'm all set up on. It is Drinking Horn, Monday Night Mead, and we are live here, and hopefully you guys have a drink. I'm about to get a drink, but you know who that means we've got to bring on right now, and that is Mead Mix Master Kelly. And so the magic of the internet. Hey! Oh, nice. Great. How are you doing? I saw you literally 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
You got home fast.
I got home, I threw a sweatshirt, I did like 5 or 6 other things, and now I'm here.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, it looks like we are live on YouTube, and I just got confirmation we are live on Instagram, and so Facebook we're just waiting on, but I'm sure it's fine. And we just had someone say, "Nice place." Yeah, this is my 260 square foot new little glorified shed in someone's backyard that I absolutely love.
It's a bungalow.
A bungalow Bill, what did you kill? If anyone knows what I'm singing right there, then good on you. Cool. Well, let's get right to it because I'm parched. I'm thirsty. Oh, before we do, sorry, I always do that. Anyone out there who is watching, let us know what's in your glass. If you've got mead, if you've got whiskey, if you've got beer, if you've got wine, if you've got water, if you got iced tea, some beautiful, delicious iced tea. Yeah, let us know what you're drinking. We are actually interested. We don't just say that, for some random reason. At least I want to know what you guys are drinking. But Kelly, what are you going to have us drink?
Well, speaking of iced tea, this is going to be one of our cocktails that will start Thursday at the Mead Hall. And to celebrate World Bee Day, we're going to use the bee pollen black tea that we've made hot before, but this time we're going to do it iced because it's warm enough outside. And we're going to add our traditional mead to it. Everyone seemed to really like that as a hot cocktail. And I really enjoy it over ice as well. And so in honor of World Bee Day, I thought we should use some bee pollen black tea.
Always using the noggin, always thinking, yeah, you don't miss a beat either. We were at our meeting like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, so World Bee Day is coming up on May 20th. And you're like, oh, well, I know what our cocktails are going to be. Boom. So that's awesome. Oh, we got a comment saying, what's that?
I said, sometimes I get lucky.
Yeah, right. TK and Drink said those are some killer horn glasses. Let me zoom back just a little bit so people can see that right there. Yeah, nice. Killer horn glasses, and those are glass too. Those are not. Oh, those are little cheers. Oh, look at you! Wait, crud! You guys are already drinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta go get my mead and pop it open because I left it somewhere. There it is, right over there. Hold on one second.
All right, talk amongst ourselves.
I really like this one.
It's delicious, huh?
A lot of the cocktails end up kind of sweet, like cocktails sometimes can, and I like this one because it's not sweet. It's not a sweet cocktail. It's nice. It's got a little bit of bitterness from that black tea. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
What proportion did you do again?
So you could probably do it half and half.
Okay.
But
I got a big glass for half and half.
Since we've had a pretty long day and the next cocktail is a little on the stronger side, I did 3/4 of tea with 1/4 of mead.
Good call. Boom. It's magic.
Oh, that is fancy.
Whoa, way to one up us.
Right?
Jeez. I try to bust out fancy horn glasses.
Can't we all just be fancy? Oop, I'm making a lot of noise there. Cool, nice. So this bee pollen tea, I don't know if you said it while I was gone, but it came from Old Barrel Tea Company in downtown. They've got this bee pollen tea, which goes perfect for World Bee Day. Oh, and look how fancy we are. We've got this little graphic that comes up and says World Bee Day this Friday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the new age.
Giggity, giggity. Yeah, so let me check over here. Oh, the 20th. Oh, you're right. It is Thursday. Whoops. Oh, man.
Early celebration.
Yeah. My bad. World Bee Day. Sorry, bees. Hey, we celebrate Bee Day every day, don't we?
Every day.
Nice. So looking through the Instagram chat, we got lots of cool people joining on. Nice. Got a Craft Beer Climber began watching and said, "Hey, for once I'm not busy." Right on. Nice. And yeah, I'd like to wave to everybody on Instagram. I can't really do the whole pay attention to it as well as I used to. So this is delicious, by the way. And I had to pour that hot tea in here. I think it would have been, I mean, the ice is starting to cool it, but it's a little bit lukewarm. So how would you suggest to make the tea and keep it cool for the cold drink? What do you do to do that?
So I just, make tea like you would with, well, if you want to know the details, I usually use 2 teaspoons of the bee pollen black tea in 2 cups of water. When I boil the water, I use 2 cups, and then, some of it will evaporate. So whatever's left from that 2 cups with the 2 teaspoons, let it steep for about 5 minutes. And then I usually don't directly pour it over ice. I'll put it in the fridge for a little bit. And then after it's cooled down, bring it out and pour it over ice and then add the mead. But like you, we were in a little bit of a hurry tonight, so it went straight from hot to ice, and then the ice started to melt it. Yeah, you could do it that way. I think, there's probably a million ways that you could do it, as well as, different ratios of how strong you want the tea flavor. I actually ended up making one that was kind of stronger and one that was a little weaker, and I enjoyed both of them. So
nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty hard to go wrong. And then it's up to you on whether you would add honey or not. When it was hot, I liked adding a little bit of honey to back sweeten it, but honestly, the cold one I like without the honey.
Right on.
Have you ever tried the cold brew with this tea? Like
cold brew coffee? Wait, cold brew.
Yeah. Like you can like sun brewed tea sort of a thing. Like not.
You're not supposed to sun brew tea anymore because of E. coli.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because it's in the danger zone for so long?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That paused on you guys. It was so funny. Kelly was looking at you and you were like, wow, interesting. So I'm going to say, as a business and professional sense, we'll say don't do that, don't get E. coli. But as a growing up drinking sun tea all the time from my mom, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
sun tea it up.
But from the Midwest, I think we're like immune to E. coli.
It's because you put so much sugar into your tea that nothing can live in there.
Nothing can live in it.
Osmotic pressure. We've got JD Stocking saying I'm drinking green tea, apple, and black cherry mead. So we've got some more tea mead going on here.
That sounds yummy.
Is he drinking it hot or cold? Hot or cold?
Oh, let's find out. Yeah, you drinking it hot or cold, JD Stocking? Oh, Crappier Climber said, shit, never mind. Children calling. Skull guys, gonna try to come by the hall someday this week. Cool. So we're getting a lot of people joining up on Instagram. Again, Monday Night Mead. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube now, which is pretty dang awesome. All right. So we've got another drink, right?
Yeah. You want to see the other one?
What?
Oh, sorry.
Nope. I'm sorry.
Are you ready for the next cocktail?
I do need to go grab the addition out of my fridge.
Okay, sounds good.
Go ahead and explain it if you want to.
Sure. This cocktail actually came across a little bit by accident. We were having friends over for his birthday, and I had little bitty bottles of champagne to just kind of celebrate his special birthday. This is Tanner. And so I just thought, let me mix some strawberry mead with it and see how it tastes. I had Evan taste it and he really liked it. So we're going to bring this one into the hall. Luckily, champagne falls under our same liquor license.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
This without any legal troubles. So you just do half strawberry mead and half champagne. I just got the Prosecco, and I think that one's pretty good. If you like sweeter stuff, you could do a Moscato.
I like it with the Prosecco because I like strawberries a little sweet for my personal palate. And so I kind of like it with the Prosecco because it really dries it up.
It does, yeah. Cheers.
Is this gonna pop on me?
No, it's a twist off, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, it looked like it was going to be calm. I was a little worried there. The champagne was going to go everywhere. JD Stocking says cold. Drinking that cold. Cold tea. It is nice and warm.
Yeah. Cold,
nice.
I like it. Cold teas are nice.
Yeah.
But just be aware, this one is going to be higher octane instead of reduced octane.
True. Yeah, you are adding champagne to the mix. So what is champagne's ABV usually?
This one is sitting at 11%.
Okay, yeah. So you're on average then, I don't know. You're basically drinking, 12% drink.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is, cool.
And I would definitely make sure that they were both chilled before you mix them.
You can't tell because it's on the televisions, but that's some warm strawberry with a warm champagne right there.
Oh.
Running late, so when it's chilled, it is tastier.
Yeah. You guys got in I don't know, sometime around midnight last night after a long drive from Colorado, and I have no excuse of why my stuff's not prepared, but it's just running around like crazy. Yeah. These are meant to be things that you could probably prepare a little bit ahead of time if you wanted to impress guests and stuff, but we're scrambling. We're so.
It's actually not bad at room temp. Not bad.
Oh yeah,
it is
nice.
actually not bad at room temp, but it is much better when it's chilled.
Nice, cool.
Yeah, I think it would be also super cute if you put if you got strawberries that were dipped in chocolate and stuck those on the side.
Ooh, nice. That's top notch right there. That's date night kind of stuff. That is awesome.
We're going fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out. I don't think Carrie's watching, so but that'll be something like I'll be like, I made this totally up.
Right? We won't tell.
Yeah,
You take credit.
Anybody watching, feel free to take credit as well.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, a little champagne, a little strawberry mead, some chocolate covered strawberries. Magnifique.
Right?
Magnifique as always with these cocktails. Thank you so much, Kelly,
Sure thing.
for bringing those.
Hey, talking about bees, I'm really excited about World Bee Day. And like you said, every day in our lives is Bee Day because they're always like in the front of our heads. But I do appreciate that a lot of people will be celebrating. And I think I'm just so excited that, bees are really becoming something that people talk about and are not just like, oh, bees, I'm just allergic to them and I hate them because they sting me, that we're starting to respect them because they're just so interesting, the different things that they do and how their hives work. And
They're exploding bee dicks.
That too.
I don't know if we just gained or lost people.
It was feeling too classy for me. I'm sorry.
It was too fancy.
Yeah.
Gotta drive it down a notch.
Yeah, no, bees are rad. I didn't know how rad until I started over with you guys and dealing with Mead and learning about the bees, and Evan taking me out to the beehive, and they're just they deserve, I don't know, respect, admiration, protection, care, little massages, I don't know, whatever they deserve. Everything. So yeah, World Bee Day is a good thing to celebrate. And in just a little bit, I will give you kind of a list of ways that you can help to celebrate World Bee Day as well.
Ooh, nice. And one of those would be to come to the Mead Hall and drink these lovely cocktails.
Oh, I didn't put that one on there. That is absolutely true.
It's a bonus.
Yeah, that was the bonus one. So you got to wait to the end for that bonus one. Oh wait. It was already put out there.
Cool. All right. Well, have fun tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Skål, Kelly. Oh, you got the pretty red one. I got the tea. I mean, it's still pretty.
It's still pretty. Still pretty. I like the pretty red one.
Speaking of pretty red ones, we got Evan Anderson here on the camera.
You can call me a day walker.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, we got Richard Johnson jumping on. BPP. I don't know if that's bee like urination or exploding bee peepees. Nick Perez says dress like a bee on Thursday. That's one way of celebrating. Absolutely. And if you send us photos, we will definitely crack up and then share them and have much admiration on there.
Got deliveries in Phoenix, Prescott, and Globe.
You're on the road for Bee Day.
I'm on the road for Bee Day, but maybe I should go ahead and dress like a bee for World Bee Day.
Just come in delivering your case, be like, I'm here to bring some buzz.
I wonder how many retailers would even say anything. I'm particularly sane, so they'd be like, "Hey, Evan."
Yeah. How you doing, Evan? Anything special going on right now? No, you're just hanging out in a bee outfit. Man, my buzz joke kind of just went out there and disappeared. But,
I was getting notes in the background. I was just ignoring you. That's all good.
Oh, you holding up some cue card? Kelly holding up some cue cards for you?
Yeah, I've got some things I gotta say here.
He keeps us on point, that's for sure. Nice. On Instagram, we've got Dirty Boot Farm joining us. We got all the fun things, and Little Clark 25. This one setup. One thing I do want to try to figure out is how I can actually be on the live on Instagram and comment as Drinking Horn instead of Elevated Trail and do the whole waving thing. But yeah, I'll figure that out. So everyone watching, howdy. It is World Bee Day coming up not on Friday, which I said before and had it on the graphic. But look at that graphic. It got changed. Whoa, how do I do this? Oh, there. See, there. Thursday. This Thursday, mate. Yeah, thank you. this Thursday, May 20th, is World Bee Day. It's not National Bee Day. It is World Bee Day.
For all the bees.
Yeah, even the ones in Antarctica.
Oh man, now I'm kind of curious because I know there's like some 1,500 species of bees just here in Arizona. I'm not too sure how many there are in the U.S., but now I'm pretty curious how many species of bees there are in the world. That's
Someone look that up and let us know.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And you'll have to keep me up on the comments on here, Nick, because I don't have. I'm doing it on my phone, and with the new platform, it's not the easiest for me to see the comments on there.
Will do, Buckaroo. We got Richard Johnson saying I logged on right at exploding bee junk.
Just for you, Rich. Just for
you.
you.
That's what his ears were itching. Isn't that what they say? So he was like, someone's talking about exploding bee junk. I need to log on. TK. What's that?
Just when you feel the ear tingling. Oh, hey, Drinking Horn is live.
Yeah, live and talking about bee junk. I like bee junk. I like the old EBJ, the old exploding bee junk.
Oh.
Whoa, and he's dark.
I know, like kind of weird there, huh?
Yeah. That's okay. You could be if you go back there. I could ask you questions. I could detect it, like, or you could be like on one of those like murder mystery shows, and you like change your voice, be like,
"Oh, there's got to be a filter for my voice, right?"
Yeah, I first saw Tom over in the alleyway. Ooh, that didn't feel good. So Nick Perez says, "Google it." Oh, there we go. Richard Johnson, 16,000 species.
16,000. Wow.
16,000 species.
And we have 1,500 here in Arizona. That's amazing. We have an overwhelming majority of bees.
It may have dropped a little bit. We've got 1,300 coming in from TK and the Drinks. TK and the Drinks. It's TK and the Drinks.
I hope that I was wrong about the initial number and not that it's actually like dropped that much in this period of time. Yeah,
very true. Let's see. Oh man, someone said over 20,000 bee species across the world. So we're getting different numbers in, and as soon as we get an update, we will give it right to you.
I like it.
We all know how
science is all about figuring out them numbers. We got to figure out them numbers.
Data. Yeah. So TK says, "Who knows, man? It's the internet." Internet, man. Yeah. So well, this is fun. We're going to talk about our little fellow. Bees. I don't know if you call them our fellow bees because we're not bees, but we do create a buzz like these guys do. Ha! See what I did there?
That's beautiful. That was nice.
Nice, cool.
If we were recording a podcast, we would call that a segue.
Segue.
I can't get my tilt right. I keep.
Yeah. Oh. Wait. Oh.
No, you're good. You're good. It's all good.
Oh, now it's just you. Oh,
I have a tendency to tilt anyway. It's all good.
Yeah, we'll drink more mead. Maybe you'll tilt back the right way.
I like to think so. Yeah, I fell a lot as a kid. I fell a lot.
As a kid, I think I saw you fall last week like 4 times.
That's only because my knee's all messed up from falling.
Yeah. Surgery update soon. So World Bee Day. It's always on May 20th. So it's not always like on, the third Thursday of May or blah, blah, blah. It's always on May 20th. And so that falls on this Thursday. I think we talked about big plans for next year. We don't have much planned out for this year, just kind of talking about it and educating people, which is important. But next year it falls on a Friday, and I think we're gonna. I don't know. I'd like to do something, and so it always comes up fast. You aren't thinking about it. So this time I put it in my phone as a reminder 3 weeks ahead of time, and so we'll see if that's even enough. So yeah, should we get into the bees?
Yeah, I'm gonna be spreading some seeds for sure on Thursday. I'm gonna be doing. I am going to be planting lots of seeds for the bees on Thursday. It's kind of sad, and hopefully it's just my very small sample size. But I haven't seen any honeybees around the house because our honeybees are down in Camp Verde, but I have seen no honeybees around the house this year. I don't know about other people in Flagstaff and stuff, but it's a little disconcerting to me. I've got a lot of plants that they're usually just mobbing this time of year, and nobody's on there. Lots of native bees, so that makes me happy. But no bees. Yeah. I got lots of. I wish I was better at knowing what they were, but they're honeybee sized, and they're like almost a solid black, a little bit of iridescent in there. They're really, really cool, nice, friendly bees. I've got lots of the bumblebees. We have those bumblebees up here in Flagstaff with like the orange butt and the yellow thorax and kind of back of head, all kinds of technical terms. They're some of my favorite. They're not just like black and yellow striped, you know what I mean? Like we got some different ones up here at the elevation.
Cool. I love those iridescent ones, those native ones, and we're actually going to talk a little bit about native bees here in a second. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about bees, anything about bees, if we don't know it, we'll make something up. No, I'm just kidding. If we don't know it, we'll we'll have the power of citizen science to try to figure it out. Yeah, definitely give us your questions. I'm looking for Instagram people to chime in as well over there, but we got a strong little community here over for the Facebook and YouTube. So okay, let's go right over to it. I am going to let's see. I always try to figure out the best way of doing this. No, I don't like that one. No, that doesn't work.
Worse.
There we go. I think that's good. There we go. All right. So hopefully people can see that. We've got World Bee Day. What you can do.
Really close. I'm looking at it.
Ooh, how you can help. Let's see. Is that better there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For these young eyes.
Yeah. Cool. In fact, here, why don't I just do this? I'll just any bigger. That would make it bigger. Yeah. All right. So number one kind of thing I thought about was buy honey from a local beekeeper. And depending on where you are, that could be different. If you're lucky enough to have some like uber local people who are raising bees in your specific area, you could hit a farmer's market. Other than that, there's a couple of beekeepers in Arizona that sell their honey. We always suggest mountaintop honey. And the reason why is that? Why would we really suggest mountaintop honey?
We know where the honey comes from.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping that's the answer you were expecting, but we know where the honey comes from. He's a local guy. He's got almost 2,000 hives here in Arizona, and like we know where our honey is coming from, and that's an important thing because there's a lot of fake honey. There's a lot of watered down or altered honey. There's all kinds of terrible things. Listen to our podcast, Meadcast.
Hey, you looked ahead.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Knowing your beekeeper, and unfortunately, and this was crazy when we were doing research on that podcast episode, that Meadcast episode. Meadcast. It was crazy to find out the percentage of fake honey that was found at farmers market. I mean, it like broke my heart. They went into these farmers markets, and I don't remember where it was. I think it was in California, but I don't totally remember. But it was something like 45%, like something just under 50% of the honey being sold at a farmers market was just commercially bought and repackaged into a jar for those people. So, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that doesn't mean don't look at the farmers market. Just talk to them, ask them where it comes from, ask them questions, ask them where they're located. I'll tell you what, every beekeepers are kind of solitude themselves and kind of introverts, but ask them to come visit their place. And so, yeah,
they are. A lot of them are very much introverts for sure. It's the one thing I don't share with other beekeepers.
Ah, nice. So what'd you say? I was reading JD Stocking said, gotta go armor up. Fighters just arrived. See you guys third Sunday. So that must be one of our SCA members who's gonna go do a battle. That's cool.
Nice. Drink a little meat beforehand. It'll hurt less when you get hit by the sword.
Yeah. Yep. Richard Johnson says, I said questions about bees. He said they will just drone on and on.
Oh, they will just drone on and on.
Drone.
Oh,
And
Richard.
TK and Drinks.
You my man.
TK and Drinks, thoughts on trucking colonies for pollination, adding to colony collapse. Yeah, so trucking them to California, I believe is what he's talking about.
Can I dig into that? Can I, is that all right?
Yeah, dig in. Oh, we got Man-Made Me joining us over on the Instagram. Cool. What's up?
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So as far as trucking bees, I definitely believe it encourages or helps in the problem. Those are weird words to use when talking about a problem. But I think it does encourage colony collapse for sure. And it depends, like the part of the problem with like identifying that is that colony collapse is used as sort of a umbrella term for any sort of bee loss. So like it could be from different causes and it's possible we're just calling it colony collapse. One of the biggest things that I've seen a problem with as far as honeybees recently is the varroa mite. And so the reason I'm bringing that up is because certain honeybees and subspecies, I guess you would call them, they're not different species. They're all Apis mellifera.
Yeah,
but,
perfect.
Nailed it. Whatever. It's a dead language. You can't correct me.
Apis melliforma.
Yeah, there we go. And
hey, get it right, man.
I think so. Like the Chinese honeybee are fastidious cleaners of themselves. They have a lot higher like body maintenance kind of stuff going on than say the English honeybee, which is just kind of funny with stereotypes and everything. That's probably get in trouble for saying that one. It's making fun of English people. I'm like half English. It's fine. I don't ever shower. But it's so the Chinese honeybees, they clean themselves, they clean each other, and they will actually clean off these mites in the process and get rid of them. So that's where a lot of like this varroa mite comes from. I mean, it's all over, but it's the bees from China are able to coexist with it, sort of a thing. And whereas like bees like the English honeybee, the Italian honeybee, a lot of these other honeybees that we're using that are great honeybees because they're notorious for being very gentle bees. So they don't go and just, try to kill you every time you're at the hive. I'm trying to feed you, bees, don't kill me. But so I think when you go and have something like these monocropped, square miles, I mean, you're talking a huge area that's monocropped into a single plant. You don't have any natural pollinators that live in that sort of environment. And so you have to bring in these bees. And like I said, it's a huge area on some of these. I mean, you're talking 7-8 figured sort of contracts to bring bees out and pollinate these fields. And in the process of that, a lot of times, like you can fit 200 hives of bees onto a semi truck or somewhere thereabouts. And the problem is that like you're bringing together all kinds of different bees. So it's kind of like a smallpox blanket scenario where these bees are super used to whatever this is, the varroa mite, and they coexist with it because they've evolved, to do so. And then you're introducing it into other bees that don't have any sort of a natural protection against the varroa mite. They don't fastidiously clean themselves. They're not always wiping each other down and stuff like that. And so they end up with more of a problem from it. And you have to clean the brood too. Like it can't even be just cleaning the bees, because that's where the big problem is the mites get into the brood and they just basically suck the brood dry. So definitely, I think that the way we currently do agriculture with shipping bees basically across huge distances is contributing factor. On what sort of a percentage or level, I don't know. But I think it is definitely a contributing factor to what we're seeing in the loss of bees.
Yeah. So you can tell Evan is definitely passionate about that issue. And yeah, we all are. No, it's awesome. That's awesome, man. So, and that kind of bit of education is something, I don't know if it's the second thing, but that's part of one of my little suggestions was, oh no, it's down in number D, but yeah, education and educating people on some of these issues. And even if, not everyone can do something about shipping bees. I mean, you ask us and we'll tell you exactly how to help lower the amount of bees being shipped across the nation. And that's by, you always say it, Evan, making honey worth its money.
Yep.
Oh, I thought I lost you with mute there for a second. You were like,
no. I was just, I knew what you were going for, and I was mouthing it with you. It was,
Yeah, you make honey worth its money, and the beekeepers, the reason they do all this pollinating and truck their beehives across the nation to California every year is because that's how they make it. It is now gone. I forget if it was last year. I think it was the year before. I think it's 2019. Beekeepers' income went over 50% pollinator and less than 50% honey production. And that's crazy. You ask anyone on the street, that, or you tell them that, and they'd be blown away. They'd be like, "What do you mean beekeepers don't make most of their money on honey?" Like, what?
Yeah, isn't that it's such a weird like dynamic to just the way the economy is currently working with things, and it's kind of wild. But I mean, it's not like it's like a sudden change, like it's been heading that direction for a pretty long time. Because like back in the day, you used to have all these little like interstitial spaces in between plots of crops that would have whatever growing in it, because you didn't spray, you pulled, you did manual extraction of weeds and stuff like that. And now we spray everything with chemicals and stuff. And so you just end up with like, I mean, if you've ever been out to the almond fields, like it's kind of crazy, because it is like miles and miles of literally nothing else but almonds. Nothing else grows there. It's just almonds. It's almonds like in sand, basically, because nothing else grows there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I want to throw it out there. Anyone out there wants to join us in a little question or something like that? What's your best or worst experience with bees? Either one or both. We got some more joiners over on the Instagram. Hello, everybody. I'd like to wave to you normally on the platform, but I can't, so act like I just waved to you. So if you guys have any questions about bees, it is World Bee Day coming up this Thursday. And these little girls are very important to us all. So cool. So let's see.
The males play a mildly important part.
They do. They give that genetic contribution, and that's it, I think.
That's pretty much it. That's why they get kicked out of the hive at the end of the year, is because otherwise they would just be in there eating up all kinds of honey and stuff.
Punks. All right, so another thing you can do for World Bee Day 2021, plant or pot for pollinators. I'm looking at that now, and it looks like I've said plant pot for pollinators. I mean, I don't think there's much pollen in those flowers, and you probably take them away before you could even get anything. But plant for pollinators, and you could plant in the ground. Or what I was getting at was you can plant potted plants, because here in Flagstaff we have a very short season. And in fact, if you planted something in the ground in the last week, it would have gotten nipped and maybe killed. So, so planting pots on Thursday, maybe that trend of 32 degrees or less is going to end here pretty soon. But give them some flowers. Go buy some already blooming flowers if you want, and at least you've given them some time there to. They need it right now, because it's crazy. You said you haven't seen bees around. I haven't really either. It's because there's no moisture. We've had a monsoon, a nothing winter, and then a super dry early spring. No precipitation, basically. No moisture to speak of. Except today we got a tiny little bit. But that means the plants. Yeah. It was crazy. And no, you weren't dancing, Kelly. He was not dancing. He was protecting his knee. So there's no moisture. So the plants, when they do flower, they're just really looking to get the pollen out there. And they're like, we don't have enough moisture to produce nectar. And so they're just producing minimal, if any, nectar in some of these plants. And so the bees are not able to go collect that nectar to create the honey. So they're in kind of trouble. So two suggestions. One we just saw was to plant flowers, because those flowers that you've planted, you're watering, and they're able to produce that nectar. But also second thing you can do is put out a little dish of water. That could help the bees a little bit with their moisture.
And put some rocks in it, or something that the bees can land on, so you just don't end up with a tray of dead bees soaking.
Awesome. Yeah, great suggestion. Yep. Even one nice big rock right in the middle or something like that, something they can crawl out of. That's a great suggestion too.
What's a good one actually is a sponge. Throwing a sponge in there.
Oh.
because then it kind of soaks up the water, so they can actually like absorb water without even having to get like down next to it and so on and so forth. It's a sponge.
Nice. This guy knows his bees for sure.
I've been stung a time too.
Yeah, you have. It's Big Nick said, I planted some seeds 2 weeks ago, and they're for sure dead from the little bit of snow we had. Yeah. It's tough here in Flagstaff. Tough.
Well, I was gonna say, like, we don't really get out of freeze worry. What do you call that? Whatever.
Concern worry.
Yeah, concern worry until like mid-June.
Yeah, I had frost. I mean, this was in Baderville, but I had below 32 degrees on July 15th one year.
Oh yeah. No, I remember just a couple years ago, we had it was like a teens in June that ended up dropping into like lower teens, like 12, 13 degrees or something like that. Just overnight snap. It didn't, that's just cold weather.
Yeah.
So it's hard here. Definitely end up planting a lot of things in pots for sure. Like if you want to have tomatoes, you better plant cherry tomatoes. And then you better plant them in a pot so you can bring them in at the end of the year. Because we start freezing again, before, I don't know, usually September, October.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. That's funny. I just yesterday potted some cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And those aren't, I mean, if you're going to do, I would not suggest tomatoes if you're looking for bee specific kind of things. I would really look for something that has more and better flowers than that. But I mean, eventually they'll have some flowers.
Yeah. And it's pretty different, like that's something I wanted to bring up too. That's something that kind of like blew my mind in learning about beekeeping is there's a lot of plants that like, it's not just like there's always nectar available. Like even if the flower is open, the plant will actually, most plants do not have nectar continuously available. It's just not an efficient thing for them to do. Nectar is expensive. There's a lot of energy that goes into creating nectar for that plant. And so that's why when people talk about like different, plants are better or worse for bees is a lot of times kind of like based on that. So like a lot of the plants that we have around here, tend to be things that have like a high nectar volume earlier in the morning, and then by noon or so they've actually shut off the nectar valve. It's oversimplification, but like they've shut off the nectar valve and are no longer producing nectar. And so there's a lot of plants that are like that. And that's kind of the idea. And so we've also got different things planted so that it's like you've got morning nectar producers, midday nectar producers, and afternoon nectar producers, and you can kind of bunch all those things together. I mean, if you were just going to plant one thing, like throw in a butterfly bush, those things are amazing. They'll attract every pollinator around, birds, bees, and everything else. I mean, that prosecco.
Now, when you say butterfly bush, are you talking about chuparosa or penstemon?
I think I'm talking about penstemon. I think it's a butterfly bush is one of those words that's like thrown around willy-nilly, like I just did. I just threw it around willy-nilly.
I don't know what that was. My willy-nilly.
Oh, that's pretty willy-nilly.
Oh, this is my nilly willy.
That's not that kind of show.
Mediate 101 says that weather in Flagstaff is so tough. Absolutely. You got wind, you got cold, and you got rodents that can.
Those are our seasons.
What's that?
I said
those are our seasons. Yeah. First you got wind, then you got cold, or no, first you got cold, then you got wind, then you got rodents. That's kind of it. And then it swings back to cold and then rodents. And then I'm trying too hard on this. So Mediate 101, you're absolutely right. And but you're down in the valley, and those desert cities, when I lived there, it's amazing. You can grow food all year round. It's you think it's the opposite because of the heat, but you can actually protect from heat way more than you can wind, cold, and rodents. That's for sure. Cool. So let's keep this train on moving. We can talk about this for multiple days. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Let's bring this back up. So C, create spaces for native bees too. So it's World Bee Day. It's not World Honey Bee Day. So don't forget about those natives. And I have the word bee hotel there. And so I wanted to show people, and I think I actually have to unshare this maybe, and then re-share my screen right here. So if you don't know what a bee hotel is, It's basically just any kind of block of wood that you drill holes in because they're solitary bees. The native bees are going to be usually ground dwelling, or they're going to find like little spots in your eaves, and they're going to find little spaces to. They kind of treat it like honeycomb, the little spaces. They'll go and plant a little egg in there, and then they'll cover it up and for the next bee to come in. And so what you're seeing right there is
they'll pack pollen and everything in there too, for like pollen and nectar and everything for the young to eat.
Yeah. They'll give it everything it needs in those little. I've heard them called bee blocks. Also, I like bee hotel. That's just kind of cute, or bee nursery. But here's the thing that one thing that I think is important is that solitary bees, since they're Prosecco, since they're not in groups and there's no queen that they're trying to protect, they're a lot more docile. They have no real reason to protect things. Like they're not protecting a queen. They're not like trying to protect the hive. And so if you see bees hanging around a hole, now know the difference between bees and wasps, obviously. But these native bees are not going to go out and sting you because they're trying to protect. Like the only reason really you're going to get stung by one of these bees is if you're like flicking it in its nose or something, like like messing with it.
Try to capture it in your hands.
Yeah. Or if they're nesting in the earth and you run a lawnmower over it. But here's the thing, they don't nest in the ground when there's grass usually. It's usually over bare ground, so you shouldn't be mowing bare ground anyway.
No, generally when people talk about going over like something with their mower and having it like, bugs come flying out of a hole, so on and so forth, they're almost always wasps.
Yeah.
Which is much worse. They're so angry.
They're so angry, and they can sting multiple times. I was getting ready to type in the question so it would pop up all fancy, but Mediate 101 asks, "Is there a way to attract bees and not wasps?" I'm not sure exactly if she's talking about like putting water out or flowers or something like that. But do you have any suggestions for that? As you take a drink.
Well, for honeybees, I absolutely do. But I don't think that's what she's talking about. Is the as far as like putting up like the bee hotels and getting getting not honeybees, but getting bees over wasps. Usually I think that's what she's saying in reference to. Usually like, so you can look up online and you can find some like DIY for those bee hotels like that. And it's usually wasps don't like that kind of a hole. They're not all that into it nearly so much. They like folds on an umbrella and like I know it seems like the same thing, but like habitat wise, it's not quite the same for a bug as this like kind of deep hole that they can climb into. Because for most wasps are colonial, and so this is not going to be big enough for most of them to be interested in. They're going to check it out and be like, but I could be wrong too. We haven't had a whole lot of problem with wasps going into the bee hotels. But then, and just a little tidbit, because World Bee Day is coming up, I'm actually going to be trying this pretty soon because due to colony collapse issues, I've got some empty boxes and bee boxes. And so we're going to be trying a little lemongrass and just some of the wax out of a hive. And apparently if you mix those together and sort of smear them around inside of a box, you'll actually attract honeybees into it.
You're talking about baiting?
Yeah, we're going to bait them, baby.
Yeah, woohoo!
Which I'm super excited to try. We also are going to try splitting too, which I want to talk about that in just a second too, because I think a week or so from now, we might need to just go down and record a video of splitting it. It's not going to work out timing wise for doing anything live, but but we might. I mean, maybe we'll wait. But we need to go down there and check out the bees because the capricorn is really going to town right now in Kirby land. So it's going to be it's time to split those hives, baby.
Sweet, yeah. Mo bees, mo better.
Mo bees, mo better. But as far as like in general to try to keep wasps out over bees from an area, I would need to do more research. I do not have a good enough answer for that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hopefully that kind of answers Sabrina's question a little bit. At least gives confidence that if you are going to do something like this, bee hotel, that wasps are like, yeah, they need a space to build that little nest. Now there is differences like hornets, yellow jackets, and wasps. And there's actually a cool podcast episode on that early on for Two Bees in a Podcast. Love plugging them. If you guys are like really wanting to get into bees and kind of like the nerdy aspect of it and actually start beekeeping, or maybe you already are and you want some more information, or maybe you know someone who is a beekeeper or just starting into beekeeping, Two Bees in a Podcast. I suggest that not just because of the information, but because the hosts are good at hosting. They have good personalities. They're smart as all get out. They're from the University of Florida. But it's great information, but created and given to you in like a good, fun way. So I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there. If you know anyone who wants to learn more about beekeeping and bees and some of the real sciencey stuff about it. It's all super science based. Two Bees in a Podcast. So anyway.
No, it's absolutely good. I mean, that's you want to do something for National Bee Day, but don't have a lot of gusto. Listen to that podcast. Like you just lay there and listen to it.
Yeah, educate yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Educate yourself.
I just typed that in capital letters on some sort of social media. Educate yourself,
suckers. Cool. Oh, did I share that? Is it shared? No, it's not shared. Sorry. I'm still kind of getting totally used to this format here. All right. So, and speaking of that, so D, educate the children and people. I believe children are people as well. But I just
once they hit 21, then they're not people before that.
No, and especially, some people would say they're not people when they're babies and they're like causing you to stay up all night. And when women have them, like when they're carrying them, they're not people, they're parasites.
Yeah.
Anyway, educate the children and people around you about bees and bee issues. If you learn anything on this live episode, or go back and listen to our Meadcast and learn something, share that. Yeah, share that with people. A real quick, conversation about bees goes a long way. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, get the conversation going.
I'm going to skip down because to F what I just said about the podcast. We have Drinking Horn Meadcast, and I think it's almost probably close to 50% about bees. We love bees. So we talk about them a lot. So yeah, you can go on to the podcast. You can find it anywhere. You can find it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher. You can say now, the last couple of months I got it on to where you can say, "Hey Alexa," or "Hey Google, play Drinking Horn Meadcast."
Nice. I didn't even know that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. We're on all what are they called? I don't know, whatever those devices are called. Lazy devices.
Smart speakers. Yeah,
there we go.
I got it.
Smart speakers. So yeah, you can listen to one of our episodes. If you know me and Evan, you know that it's not some bland, like educational kind of thing. Like we have fun with it, but we talk about fake honey, we talk about bee theft, we talk about winterizing, we talk about all sorts of stuff about bees. So yeah. So check out the Meadcast. Cool. And then I do want to jump down then to letter E. One thing, if you're up here, or I guess anywhere, if you're looking for a way of supporting by giving, either funds or educating yourself, or there are every once in a while some classes and workshops. You can join the Northern Arizona Organic Beekeepers Association. And you can go check out their webpage. In fact, I've got it here. But we went to a class and talked to Dr. Patrick Pines, and he listened to him do a talk on swarming, and come to find out he's actually knows I don't know. I personally thought we were going to go to to a talk and you'd be like, yeah, oh, cool, yeah, that was good, but like, yeah, he knows so much, and he's been doing it for so long. He is a great resource, and we were gonna have him on tonight, but it's gonna have to be in 2 weeks. So yeah, look forward to that. Our next Monday night meeting, we'll have Dr. Pines. Oh, what are you doing over there?
I'm fighting my thingy. It's my little clippy on the back of the phone broke that I was holding on to. I was trying to.
Yeah. So so that was that my list. Yeah, and then there's just a question mark on some other things to do during World Bee Day. Oh, Kelly's bonus one that I don't know why, a bad marketer, I forgot to say, was to support bees. One way to make honey worth its money is to support honey. And one way you can support honey and get a little buzz on yourself is to come to Drinking Horn and drink some mead, because we get all of our honey, 100% of our honey, from Mountaintop Honey, from Dennis Arp, who we personally go and look at his operation. We know exactly where that honey is, where it comes from. We see the hives, we see the bees, we see the operation. So you can be guaranteed to know that that honey came from Arizona bees doing their thing. They're not, no offense to other states' bees or like, Mexico or anything like that, but you can know that it's Arizona honey 100%. So come drink some mead, get your buzz on Thursday for World Bee Day. If you dress up as a bee, I will personally, not speaking for the business, I will personally give you a discount somehow, whether that's I'll buy you a glass if you're there dressed up, or I'll give you a nickel of mine personally. If you come to celebrate,
we're gonna have some wooden tokens available for sure. If you come in dressed as a bee, like, you're getting a $1 glass of mead. Oh shit.
There you go. Right there. I was poking the bear and the bear spoke. So
and from this vaccinated guy for dressing like a bee.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. And extra bonus, just fun points if you dress up like a zombie.
Zing. Double pun. It's almost pun painful.
Pun painful. Hey, people on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube who are watching this live, you just got a $5 discount on Thursday for being here watching us clowns.
Yeah. That's
boom.
Boom. It's right there for you. I mean, if we're gonna plug, can we plug these sweet babies right now too?
Gorgeous. Look at that. If you didn't see the video we put together and see those already, look at that. We've got leather patched hats. Boom. Drinking Horn from Branded Bills. What up, Branded Bills?
If anybody who knows me knows that I'm a hat connoisseur for sure. It lives on my head. I used to work places and they would ask if I was bald because nobody ever saw the top of my head. Nope. Full head of hair still. But
you got a beautiful center part there.
I know. Am I too old for that? Do I need to part on the side?
Don't ask me what the trends are. I mean, I do have to be on TikTok for our account. By the way, we are on TikTok, and we do. I think we don't put up as much content as the dancing trend people and the crazy TikTok famous people do. But I'll tell you what, we put up some fun stuff. So if you're on TikTok, join on. It's not just for the youngins. In fact, I've been seeing a percentage, a statistic that 20, it was, what was it? I know 25 seems young to a lot of people, but 25 to 35 was, I think, the majority now. Yeah, we're getting old. I'm not even in the majority. But yeah, there's some good stuff for you. Just look up #Mead Talk, and you'll find a lot of good stuff, mead related. Anyway,
Talk like TOK or TALK?
TOK, yeah, like TikTok, but Mead Talk.
Nice. Like Meadcast, Mead Talk.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
I don't know. I've been throwing that hashtag up.
I love it.
So we haven't had much response in here from people. I don't know. You guys, Flex Fit Brim. So it's Flex. What is it called? It's branded Bills is the company that does it, but it's got the normal snapback, but then it has a Flex Fit rim on the inside, and it is the most comfortable
hat that I have ever worn. So it's got Evan's seal of approval.
That's huge. And for you, those of you that don't know his seal of approval, it is the cutest little seal. Its name is Charlie. And I don't know why I said Charlie.
That's weird name to pull, Nick. Weird name.
Yeah, that's the name of our head brewer. I just called Charlie cute.
Cute seal.
Yeah. Cool. So we're right at an hour. I don't really want to go. So please throw some questions our way about World Bee Day. It is this Thursday. How many people out there are going to come join us? Are you guys going to come join us for World Bee Day? It should be fun. Maybe I'll come up with.
I'm going to be there. Going to be there. I'm going to be there late. Got to drive to Phoenix Globe and Prescott, and then I'll be there.
Don't make promises you ain't gonna keep, dude. You get up at like 2:00 in the morning to do your deliveries. So if you're not there, we understand. But I will definitely be there too. If I see you, awesome. I got to get together some kind of bee outfit to wear, so I can get my dollar drink, my wooden nickel, and celebrate bees. Right now we have an artist in who is part of a beekeepers association down in the Verde Valley as well, and she has some plants and some information up there, and so it's a cool place to be.
Cool place to be.
Yeah. Man, boom. We have a lot of all of a sudden questions here. Okay, nice. Your wife is giving you cute little compliments. So I'll let those stay on Instagram there.
That's good. She eyeballed me when you said babies are parasites.
Oh, yeah. Well, they are. They're feeding off of another organism, and they rely on another organism to live. I'm looking for the scientific definition. Someone says, "What's royal jelly?"
So it's kind of a nectar and pollen combination, and it's got an extremely high. So pollen has a protein value to it for sure, which is high. It's also got the sugar content because of the nectar that's going in there, but it is really just kind of a mixture of nectar and the pollen. That's it.
But it's what's it meant for?
Well, as we're learning more and more things, and to be honest with you, like bees have not been thoroughly studied for a very, very, very long time. There's a lot of like things that we've just kind of accepted as like, oh, they must be true. Sure, somebody said that. I heard it. It's like an echo chamber on the internet where like somebody says something stupid that's not true, and it just gets bounced around continuously, and so everybody believes it. There's a lot of that with bees for sure. Like, it's within the last like 15 years, 10 years less that we've even realized that like female queens mate with many, many, many males. They're going for genetic diversity. In fact, the hive will actually throw out a queen that doesn't mate with enough males. We don't know what that enough number is, but if they don't come back smelling proper, they're getting thrown out. Which is just kind of it's kind of interesting. Wait, I'm diverging from where the question was, though.
No, no, royal jelly, and we're learning that it's has a lot. Oh, go ahead.
No, just go for it. But it's I say go for it, and then just keep talking. Mead. Only had a few of them. But so the royal jelly, we used to think royal jelly was the primary component in figuring out who was going to be the next queen. So to make a queen, all you had to do was feed them more royal jelly than you fed a worker bee. But we're learning that that's not like necessarily the case, that there's other nuance to it. It's a lot less straightforward than you just feed them, because that's why it's called royal jelly, right? Was that for every bee, for the first 3 days or something like that of them being a larva, 3 days could be wrong, but for the first few days of them being a larva, everybody is fed the same thing. And then at a certain point, the diet changes significantly for the queens, where they're continued to be fed royal jelly, whereas the rest of the larvae will be fed honey, just straight up honey. And so that's why it was kind of called royal jelly, as we assume that because of seeing that was what made a queen. And as we're learning, it also has to do with volume, I believe, right? Of just amount of food intake. So they just like keep shoving food down this down the throat of this little larva, and it kind of ends up becoming a queen. And I really think that we don't fully understand quite the whole interaction there, right now. All we're seeing is that there's new evidence saying that we don't understand fully what's going on there, and it needs more study. It needs more biologists out there trying to study this stuff and figure it out. So, but royal jelly at its most basic is the food for everything for the first 3 days, and for queens after that in a higher volume. And it is just pollen and nectar kind of glued together, sort of, basically. And that's after the bee ingesting and regesting certain enzymes and so on and so forth onto it that help make it a energy available resource, as well as coating it with all kinds of fancy proteins and all these other things that help a bee develop.
Yeah, and what you're talking about right there, actually in 2 weeks when we have Dr. Pines on, that was something that he wanted to talk about, was like the enzymes within the gut of the bee. And like he's wanting to relate it mostly awesome. He wants to relate it to like the honey production mostly, but that's right on there, the same thing.
Well, you remember saying that like we're not bees, but we kind of are. So like some of the first beer, right? With I'm talking alpha and beta amylase, like the breaking down the sugar proteins from an unusable source into a source that is usable for yeast. And as you just saw with Nick, like the original place that we got, nowadays, like we have enzymes that we just throw into beer, and it kind of does that with everything else. But back in the day, people had to literally chew up a bunch of the grain and then spit it back into the brew tub to introduce that alpha amylase. You know more about the beer stuff than I do.
I don't know of different types of amylase, but you're talking about amylase, the enzyme that breaks apart carbohydrates. The first part of digestion is the saliva has amylase, and it breaks apart carbohydrates. Yeah. So it's called chicha.
Chicha. So it's kind of funny.
The
like
beer that's made from there.
We kind of are like bees. Like to get that brew going, you chew it up and spit it in the tub. Yeah. And the bees, like it's not even the same as like their stomach, just like it's not us like regurgitating it, but it's along the same lines there. It's kind of fun.
Yep. Oh, and I knew I was gonna say it too. As soon as I said chicha, I was like, Nick Perez was gonna chime in, and he did. He said, "Let's make chicha."
We're gonna mouth up some honey. We don't even need to do it with mead. It's already in a sugar-ready source for the yeast.
That's a big thing about mead, and we don't need to heat it up to a certain temperature to get enzymes going, but you do need to give nutrients, so it's kind of a give take.
Yes, it is true. Honey is very poor in nitrogen and phosphorus, which is part of what makes it such a like long-term, over time, stable food.
Yeah, it doesn't have like things can't exist in honey, like microbes. Cool. Okay. It is an hour and 7 minutes. I mean, I would love to keep talking to people who have questions. Nick Perez says he needs some bee wings and some antenna. Absolutely. For his, I know he is going to be at least one of the people in on Thursday dressed as a bee.
That's his off day. So I doubt it. He will be in there.
Yeah. What's one of your favorites real fast on Thursday? What would you sit down with a glass of right now at the Mead Hall?
Right now, I want to get in some more of that cranberry before it's gone. Because once it's gone, I'm going to cry. And so I might as well get it in.
Yeah.
Push the tears back. Push them back.
Yeah. And did we do a double batch of cranberry this year?
We did. Y'all drank up 300 gallons of cranberry like it didn't exist.
Yeah. I'm going to say mine right now is I'm going to go a little bit. I was doing lemon ginger hard. Hard, yo. But I'm digging pomegranate right now. For some reason, I'm just like, I'm gulping down the palm. And I don't know why. It's just, because it's not.
Pomegranate.
I don't need a reason.
I don't need a reason. I ain't got to
justify. Did you say pomegranate and chorizo?
No, pomegranate and traditional.
Oh, I thought you said pomegranate and chorizo.
Those are my go-tos. If I want fruity, I'm going pomegranate. If I just want mead, I'm going traditional.
Yeah,
Love
I've
it.
been actually, that's true. And our mead singers can attest. I've been drinking the traditional a lot. Corn flavored mead. I don't even know what the flavor of corn is. I don't feel like. What do you mean?
So if you're me, the flavor of corn is butter and salt. I don't know how to get a corn flavored. I don't know how to get the butter yet. I'm gonna be working for anybody that's up in Flagstaff and gets to enjoy our Xperia meads. I
That's
think next
hilarious.
time my turn comes up, I'm gonna be rocking a little salt and pepper mead.
Oh, smush it real good.
Smush it, banana.
Smush
Yeah,
it real
exactly.
good. Bum, 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 bum. You know who I haven't seen on here in a while, and I'm a little disappointed. I'm gonna call them out right now.
Do it.
It's my mother.
Oh,
You know how they
I
say.
have not seen Mary much
Yeah.
on here in a while.
You know how they say, like, hey, you need to call your mother more. You know,
you need to call your son.
Mary, where are you at? Yeah, come watch your son. Look at his new place. Cool.
TK
Well,
Drinks had a question on there. Why is Flag off of YouTube? Why is Flagstaff so far away?
I responded something about the earth and stuff. So the Colorado Plateau over many thousands of years, like hundreds of thousands of years, lifted up, and the basin and range was formed. Oh man, Evan's snoozing over there. I'll tell you what, the day that TK comes up to Flagstaff and visits a mead hall, if I'm not available or if he doesn't let us know, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah, for real.
Yeah, so
better give us a shout out when you come.
Yeah, I know you're busy. I mean, you're doing friggin' so much. But TK, when you do come up here and get out of the heat and come hang out in Flag, you are. I mean, you're pretty much your family for the Mead Hall, man. Even without meeting you. So yeah, let us know. 100%. As a kid, say 100%. Or you do like something like this, like now.
What? I don't even know about these new things.
They're like, it's in your veins. Like, so it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So, and look forward to us on TK and Drinks, his show as well. He's been pulling in some meaderies, some big meaderies, talking with, and I'm sorry, TK, I still have not seen the Angel Fire, or not Angel Fire. Oh no, I said Angel Fire. Now it's in my head. He'll let me know. The funny people that are on TikTok. Okay. So anyway, he'll let me know. Anyway, go to his YouTube channel too and check it out. So blah, blah, blah. I wanted to end tonight, unless you have anything left. I wanted to end with our latest video about the Mead Hall, just to throw it out there. Oh, Ancient Fire. Yeah, I said Angel Fire. It's Ancient Fire.
Yeah.
Ancient Fire. Yeah. They're
you just had ski areas on the mind. That's all.
Yeah. They say it's good AF. Like good as fuck, but it's like good AF Angel Fire or Ancient Fire. Wow, I'm gonna mess that up every time now.
Oh yeah, that's imprinted.
Oh, look who joined in. We got Carrie. Carrie Jane Outdoors began watching the live video. Hello. Hi, Carrie. After she probably ran like 18 miles or something like that with Chloe. Right as we end. So we're about to end. I'm gonna throw on a video, and I don't know if the audio will work. I'm trying this for the first time, but of the Mead Hall. If you haven't experienced Mead Hall, it has been an absolute inspiration. Delicious AF, not good AF.
Delicious AF. Yes, delicious AF. I have seen that. Yes. Well, and you gotta preface the video like you literally started recording outside. Like it's not like this is not a staged video.
Yeah, no. Every third Sunday.
Awesome group of folk. That's what it is.
Awesome. I mean, they are part of the tribe now of the Mead Hall. They come every third Sunday. It's the SCA. They are like gear up and do like I don't know. I'm still trying to kind of learn. Like I don't know if they're like if they do LARPing or if it's something different that they do, but they basically come in and they embody the Mead Hall, which is like joyous, boisterous energy, love, and community and welcome. And in that, every single person that comes in the Mead Hall gets greeted with a hearty, horns up, hey, like they greet you coming in, and it ends up, it's not fake. They don't just then turn around and you walk by. They're like they're ready to like pull you into the long table. And so
come play the drum, you know.
Yeah, they bring drums. Sometimes they're in their garb. They've got games that they bring in. This time they didn't have games or garb, but they were just there like enjoying and like bringing in people. So I walked by, and so I wanted to play that video of me coming in and experiencing the Mead Hall. And if there's no sound, I'm sorry, I'll probably stop it. But yeah, here is the latest little video of that. And play, maybe? No audio, is there?
Oh, no audio. How sad. How terribly sad.
Okay.
They're a fantastically fun group to have in there.
Yeah. So another fail, but hey, I'm learning this Restream app quite a bit. So if you go to our Instagram or our TikTok, you'll be able to watch that. But they are just a boisterous group, and the Mead Hall is a beautiful, beautiful place. So
Mead Halls are all about community. All about community.
They are. I mean, welcoming. Like, if you just came in with like dirt and blood on your face, or you just came in from, I mean, not like nowadays, but Mead Hall, like no matter who you are, where you came from, the first question is, what can I get you to eat and drink? Yeah, super welcoming, and 1,000%. I have loved seeing that happen at our Mead Hall more and more every day. Yeah, that's it.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah. All right. Let's end this. Next Monday night mead, which is 2 weeks from now, which is Memorial Day. We'll see how many people can join us. I know you'll be doing your whole barbecues and all that stuff, but we're going to have Dr. Patrick Pines on, who is a bee expert. So we're going to continue our conversation about bees. So
sounds good.
Be sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Join us there we go. Look at that graphic. Join us every Monday night right there. And yeah, we'll see. Anything else, Evan?
No, that's it. That's it for now. Well, we hope to see you all shining faces up in the Mead Hall, and until then, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All you need is love.
All you need is love, baby.
All you need is love. All you need is love. And some Prosecco. This is delicious. I mix traditional.
Mix that Prosecco with strawberry.
All right. Later, guys. Have a great evening, and we will see you on the flippy flop.